Welcome, 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 welcome. And we are meditating today. The subject is gain clarity, part of our series on 8 steps to pure love. And so today we're giving ourselves permission to gain clarity in relation to pure love. And so we've already begun with that. We've already begun with giving ourselves permission to smile into the heart, to rest in the heart, to open the heart, to allow the heart to love with that outrageous roar of joy, that outrageous mountain lion of energy, of love that is within each of us. And that's the energy that spontaneously told that story that I had just come across. I think I came across it yesterday. Matthew McConaughey standing at the edge of the Grand Canyon, getting butted by a mountain ram and having to throw his baby 15 feet into the air to save his baby. So, and that's what each of us is invited to do. So on the one hand, we are that which is unchanging. We are just pure love, prior to time and space, beyond time and space. The Ramayana has a great phrase, 3 steps beyond the end of the universe. So you also could say that 3 steps prior to the beginning of the universe. That's where our true self is. And we're also standing at the edge of the Grand Canyon being butted by a mountain ram and having to figure out, how do I take care of my baby that I'm holding in my hands? And so that's where each of us is invited to bring into expression all of the courage, the wisdom, the strength, the skill, the joy, the exuberance, the inventiveness, the playfulness that we possibly can, keeping our mind focused on our purpose. And so for each of us, we're giving ourselves permission to gain clarity in relation to the energy of pure love, to gain clarity in relation to the energy of pure light that is always here within us, that connects us always directly to the energy of divine support. So in that particular instance, divine support shared through Matthew McConaughey tossing his baby into the air, taking that really quick, deft, helpful action. And pure love is also present in the earth beneath Matthew McConaughey's feet. Pure love is present in you, in every one of those 37 trillion cells of your body, making it possible for you to be here, helping you be both that which is unchanging and that which expresses here in time and space. So a couple of teachings and a couple of stories. Tune into what makes you smile, tune into what opens your heart, and give yourself permission to gain clarity about the connectedness that each of us has always with pure love, with the energy of sweet reality, with the energy of wisdom and caring and compassion and understanding and good humor and insight. So one of the things that Adi Shankar says, and he's speaking when he says this, about that light within each of us, about that energy of the heart within each of us. He says, there is no darkness in the sun. There is only light. He's talking about your own heart. There is no darkness in the sun. There is only light. And then he also says, there is no ignorance in the self. There is only pure consciousness. So again, that energy of the heart is pure consciousness, pure wisdom, pure insight, pure caring, pure compassion. And we're asking by self-effort, by willingness to let go of any blockages that we're holding up that keep us from seeing clearly. So that's the self-effort part. And then we're also offering by divine grace that we gain in the ability to see clearly our own direct connectedness with all of life. And again, just remembering there is no darkness in the sun, there is only light. And that's within the heart of each of us. There is only light within the heart of each of us. There is no ignorance in the self. There is only pure consciousness. There's no ignorance in that eternal true nature that is the heart of each of us. And we're opening to that. So here's a story that made me smile that I just came across this week in the news. The Smithsonian Magazine online is one of the sources that have reported it, if you want to go and look it up later. But scientists recently used a powerful new laser imaging technique to be able, for the first time, to directly observe, you'll love this, that dinosaurs have belly buttons. You didn't know I was going to say that, did you? So dinosaurs have belly buttons. And I'll tell you a few of the scientific details in just a second. But scientists had postulated that dinosaurs had belly buttons because in our contemporary environments, it's directly observable that alligators have belly buttons. And so it's a non-mammalian belly button. I'm starting to tell you more details because they're born from eggs. So they're born in a different way than mammals are. So it's a kind of different belly button than humans have. But what happens is their abdomen is connected to the yolk sac in which they are carried. And a contemporary alligator has what they call an umbilical scar or a belly button. And alligators have that, and then they've directly been able to observe that this fossil, which is something like 120 million years old, also has a belly button, an umbilical scar on this dinosaur. And so now play with me for just a second. This fossil was discovered 20 years ago. But at the time, we didn't have this imaging technology to see the belly button. The belly button was there all along. It's just we weren't able to see it directly until scientists used this new laser imaging technology recently. The fossil was created 120 million years ago. So the belly button has been there all along. We just haven't been able to see it until very, very recently. And so now begin to play with this a little. The belly button makes visible the dinosaur's connection to its source of life. The belly button makes visible the connectedness that the dinosaur has to the source of life. And we now, using human eyes and using human technology, are able to look and directly observe the connectedness that dinosaur had with the source of all of life. We are asking, by self-effort and by grace, to be able to look at our own selves and see our own connectedness with the source of all of life. And so I'm inviting us in consciousness, and if it helps, you're very welcome to close your eyes. Give yourself permission, if you can, to see your own direct connectedness with the source of all life. Another way to put this is that dinosaur was loved into form by the universal field of life energy. And the dinosaur's belly button is like a reminder, a marker, hey, remember me, from the source of all life energy, from the universal field of life. The connectedness with the energy that loves the whole universe into visible expression is present in that dinosaur. And now turn and look at yourself inwardly and see if you can give yourself permission to see your own belly button connects you with the field of universal life energy. You are loved into this lifetime. You are loved into this form, not just with love, but with all the wisdom in the universe as well, with all the awareness, with all the insight in the universe as well. All of this is here in you. And now, keep playing with this. If you can, give yourself permission to see yourself as a tiny child of light. So like an infant child of light, held in the hands of pure light, held in the hands of that which upholds the whole universe, that which breathes through all of us, that which is here in the earth and the skies and the trees, the mountains, the flowers, the breeze, the lakes, the streams, the forest, that which is here in the dinosaur belly button, that which is here right at your own navel, that connection to universal life force loves you into this lifetime. And from the perspective of the soul, I'm asking you to let go of the way that you usually look at your human biography with human eyes. Set it aside, you can pick it up later if you like, but look with the eyes of the soul, the eyes of spirit, the eyes of the heart, the eyes of love, the eyes of pure consciousness. Look at yourself. You are pure light in this lifetime, taking this particular form. The pure light in you is never limited. It never has been. It never can be. It never will be. It is the same light that is in the sun. There is no darkness in the sun. There is only light. There is no ignorance in the self. There is only pure consciousness, pure awareness. See if you can feel that pure awareness in yourself. That pure love. From the perspective of the soul, from the perspective of non-dual awareness, this light in you is undying and is also unborn. It has no beginning and it has no ending. It is here right now expressing through us. And it is the same light, the one light that we see everywhere in everyone. So if you think and you start to expand your vision right now, think about those beings, and it might be your cat or your bird or your dog. It might be that dinosaur belly button. It might be great teachers like Jesus or Buddha or Krishna or Ram. It might be great beings of light. It might be your friends. It might be your family. It might be the earth and the sky and the trees and the mountains. All of that light, it is the same light. It is the one light. And so when we come into contact with that, we come into contact with immortal, universal life energy. Beyond any limitations that we have ever assigned ourselves or anyone else. So this is the energy of pure radiance. It's the energy of pure exuberance. It is eternally youthful. It knows no old age. It knows no death. It knows no fear. It knows no sorrow. It knows no pain. It knows no suffering. It knows no blame. This is the universal life energy. That is the energy of pure wholeness, that sees beyond the temporary appearance of human suffering. And because it sees beyond the temporary appearance of human suffering, it is able to see. As that great teacher from Galilee was able to see. We are not our sickness. We are not our suffering. We are not our error. And so that's why that great teacher was able to say, "You are forgiven." And people were healed because he was extending to them the awareness of their original wholeness. And as they were ready, they connected and lived the physical expression of their original wholeness. That original wholeness is here. It is what appears to take birth in us. It is what appears to age through the physical vehicle that we are in. And it is in us eternal youthfulness, eternal vitality, eternal happiness, eternal health, eternal wholeness. We're inviting ourselves to connect with that in us which is purely innocent, which has never known harm or pain or fear or shame or judgment or condemnation. And as we connect with that wholeness within ourselves, we are able to share it with others. The prayer of St. Francis says, "It is in pardoning that we are pardoned." When we enter into that energy of recognizing there's no harm, there's no wrong for me to identify with, there's no blame for me to assign, then I am that original wholeness. And I am able vibrationally, in frequency, in consciousness, to share original wholeness, original youth and vitality and happiness and health with others in consciousness. And so this is a way of understanding. I invite you to keep your eyes closed. I'm blinking mine open just to share with you a couple of more readings. This is a way of understanding what Adi Shankar says. He says the self is one only and immutable. It appears to be many, like reflections of sun in water. So when we are in contact with the sweetness of the real, we are in contact with that which underlies all that is. We are in contact with the one. We are in contact with what in us is immutable, what is never shaken, what knows no pain, no harm, no shame, no blame. With what in us is only light. And when we contact that, then there is no darkness in our awareness. And it's not possible to see darkness in another because we are connected with the light in them, which is the same light, the one light. Then there's no ignorance in us. There's only that pure consciousness, that pure awareness. And we are able to connect with that purity, with that wisdom, with that skill, with that courage in another. So we are putting into practice something articulated by Julian of Norwich. She says, "Let nothing that is created come between you and the source of all creation." So again, let nothing that is created come between you and the source of all creation. If you let go of all names and you let go of all forms, What you have left is the source of all creation. You have pure light, pure knowingness, pure insight, pure compassion, pure courage. She also says the soul must empty itself of all forms. When we let go of forms, what's left is the sweet truth that each of us has only ever been living in a city of light. Each of us has never departed from wholeness, from oneness, from allness, from eternal life. Each of us is always and has been always in the kingdom of heaven, in nirvana, in that which is present when all finiteness is let go. Never for one moment has our soul, our eternal expanded awareness, departed from that. So then we are left with existence in the realm of time and space as a joyful, loving, wise, courageous gift of that in us which is unchanging, allowing us to experience what appears to change, allowing us to experience the pairs of opposites, allowing us to experience the appearance of victory and defeat, the appearance of pain and pleasure, the appearance of sorrow, the appearance sometimes of sickness, the appearance sometimes of age, the appearance sometimes of death. That in us which is unchanging is always in the city of light, is always directly connected to the source of all life. So remember the dinosaur's belly button as a shortcut. It makes visible connectedness that exists directly with the source of all life. It makes visible directly the connectedness that exists with the sun. In the sun, there is no darkness. There is only light. In the sun, there is no ignorance. There is only wisdom. There is only pure knowingness. Where is this sun? It is here. It is in the heart of each of us. I intend to expand in love and clarity. I intend to open my heart. I intend to smile into my heart. I intend to rest in the heart. I intend to trust and align with and live in and be and enjoy the heart's wisdom. I intend to allow my heart to open and to feel the love of my being. The love that is directly connected to the source of all creation. The love that is unborn and undying. the love that is always youthful, happy, healthy, bright, and vital. The love that roars with joy. The love that carries us through time and space. The love that cannot leave us because it is our own true nature. To close, allow yourself, having connected with this love, to reverently, respectfully, joyfully greet this same love in everyone who is meditating. You can feel the network of connectedness activate. And now I invite you to amplify that love. So the same way that you can turn up the dial, you can turn up the volume, just invite yourself to amplify that love. The love of your being, the love that you are forever. Just increase it. Amplify it. And you can start to feel how it changes the frequency of the physical body. And so just allow yourself to notice when you amplify the love of your being, the love you are forever, notice how it feels in the physical body. And again, turn up the dial, turn up the volume. Amplify the love of your being. And notice how it feels in your heart. And notice how this amplified love of your being feels in relation to your mind. Notice if there is more calm and clarity in the mind. And now again, notice just the beauty, the gorgeousness, the strength, the coherence of your own energy when you connect with the love of your being, the clarity and the wisdom within your heart. And then with that coherent, clear, wise love of your being, reach out again and connect with everyone who's currently meditating. And you can feel, again, the incredible strength and energy, the way that we amplify and brighten and vitalize the highest and the best in ourselves and one another when we connect in this way. And then notice that in frequency and consciousness, there's no distance. There's no time, there's no space. So it is possible for this network to encircle the planet. And so I invite you just to see the whole planet encircled with this network of radiant, coherent, wise, clear, aware, pure love. This is the truth for each of us. This is the sweet reality. This is what each of us is always. And so aligning with that energy, we are invited to then bring that energy into our thoughts, our speech, our choices, our decisions, our actions, our daily life. We are invited to be here, to be kind, to be calm, to be clear, to be helpful, to be hopeful. We are here to strengthen ourselves in meditation, in karma yoga, so that we are able directly and always to remember this is what I am, always. This is the true, sweet reality for every human on the planet. This is the beautiful expression of the universal field of life in the dinosaur's belly button and in each of us. Thank God that it is so.